For my penultimate showcase with the Ultimate Showcase series I've been doing throughout December, we have Mr. Knight, and I'm thinking this one's going to be a pretty popular one because he is the most recent character who came out of the strand of champs I'm uploading on, unless you count like Super Skrull's buff or something, which I'll be doing tomorrow or 2 days from now. I think he's going to be a champion that a lot of people want to watch, and you're going to see some pretty cool stuff in this video. This was one of my favorite ones to make, because truly I think Mr. Knight is an incredibly underrated character coming from this year. He got written off very fast when he came out in September, especially because of the fact that he is a Summoner's Choice champion, and honestly a lot of the flashiness went to Silver Samurai, and I feel like as time went on it's going to turn out to be the opposite, where Samurai gets a bit less attention and Mr. Knight keeps getting more attention as time goes on. But I truly think this guy is one of the most valuable skill champs you can get on your roster for two very specific reasons, and that's Spider-Woman and Photon. He completely turns off their kits, and it makes it to where they are like 1 out of 5 defenders. And if you're like me, the big science defenders are like 2 of my least favorite defenders in the entire game to fight. That might just be a me thing, but I would prefer fighting Serpent over Spider-Woman and a bunch of other different top-tier defenders over Spider-Woman. You know, she's going to get changed next month, so my opinions on that might also change, but Photon too. Like, Photon is my least favorite defender to fight in the entire game, even if I have, like, a reasonable counter to her. Well, like, that doesn't shut her kits off. But if I have the opportunity to shut her kit off with Mr. Knight, I'm taking it, because, yeah, it's going to be a pretty fun time. But, like, we're going to go ahead and start against Winter Soldier here, just show off a basic rotation. And it's kind of just like using the sleep on your special 1. Basically, you want to time your special 1 when you're about to change your moon phases, and then you'll place a sleep on them, and then you'll do a bunch of damage on your light attacks as you gain light proficiencies over time. And once you're in this full moon phase, you have guaranteed crits on your light attacks, and they just die very fast. So yeah, there's a pretty basic fight with him, and then we'll go fight actual defenders that he's made to fight next, because we're going to start with Photon here, and as you can see, once this fight goes on, this is what he's made to do. He's made to completely turn off these science defenders who are just trying to place debuffs on you when you hit them, because he's going to place Tranquilize, he's going to place Panic as well, which completely turns off Photon's Untouchable and Spider-Woman's Evade, and he's just going to make it to where they're not going to be able to do anything. Like, Photon hasn't even gained a pure light charge yet, and I'm not sure if she actually will, depending on how much I keep the Tranquilize up. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a special 1 here. She finally got one, but I think, was it because of me dropping a special? I'm not sure, but either way, I'm just going to go ahead and just hit her with my light attacks here, and then I can just parry and combo her, because there's no Untouchable for me to worry about. Then the moon phase changes, I place the sleep, and then we just do our light attacks into a relic, into another light, and then, yeah, she's dead. And as you're going to see in the next fight, he's going to do the exact same thing to Spider-Woman, because that's another defender who's just going to be trying to place those debuffs on you while you're hitting her. That's kind of how she ramps up her threat, because the more debuffs she has, the more chance she has to evade. I can just also use the Panic to shut off the evade, because, yeah, there's like no threats left once you get those Tranquilize and that Panic rolling. So I'm literally just going to drop a special 1 here, and she hasn't been able to do anything yet. And I have the 3 Tranquilize, which is all I need to be able to turn off her Ensnare and Fumble, which is also really good. And then once she drops a special 2 there, perfect, I get away from it, and then I drop a special 1, moon phase changes, we place the sleep, and we just wake up with a light attack, and yeah, we're just rolling. I don't have a lot of crits on the light attacks until I hit the full moon phase, and then once I do, she's just gone. So 48-second fight, completely no issues whatsoever. And we'll go ahead and hop on the CCP beta to see some more defenders that he's really good for. Starting with Rhino. Rhino's not a 7-star yet. It's only a matter of time before it happens. And once he is, Mr. Knight's got a bunch of different ways he's really good against Rhino. First is the injury passives. What the injury passives do is they reduce the potency of the defender's physical resistance, and Rhino gets a lot of that. So as I place injuries on the opponents, we're bypassing a lot of that physical resistance, which will be even better once we start critting on our lights, but that's not going to be guaranteed until we get the full moon phase. And also, he's going to place a debuff on us pretty much every time we hit him, but that's not going to happen with Mr. Knight because of Tranquilize means we bypass Inequity if we're fighting a PvP Rhino, and yeah, it's pretty simple. Like, we can just almost sleep lock him as well, because using Mr. Knight's Sig ability, you can just place a sleep passive down once you fail enough debuffs. It has a cooldown, but it's there, and it's going to make your life very easy. Like, that Rhino didn't really do much the entire fight because we just shut off most of the threats he had. So next up, we're going to go fight High Evolutionary. Mr. Knight's pretty good for this one for a couple reasons, but there are still some threats left to Evo's kit, like his auto block. But the good things for Mr. Knight in this matchup is, one, the Tranquilize is just going to be reducing Inequity, which is one of the things that makes High Evolutionary a very annoying stall threat, is he's constantly got Inequity on you. But on top of that, when he triggers his auto block, he's going to get it faster depending on how many debuffs you have on you by the time it expires. And if we can just limit the amount of debuffs he's actually placing, then we have to worry much less about the auto block coming back faster. So then we can start spamming our light attacks a lot more, and once our damage is ramped up enough, we get enough of the light proficiencies, he's just gonna drop very fast. So yeah, as you can see here, he's just gone. Like, as soon as we removed his auto block at the right time, we went ahead and spammed the light attacks, and he just dropped very fast. So okay, now we're going to go fight Bullseye. This is an example of the panic coming into play a lot. This matchup is easier in regular BGs than on the beta map, because in regular BGs, if your Mr. Knight's awakened, he's going to start with 2 injury debuffs, and that means all you need to do is counter his heavy attack with a medium and you place your first panic. But unfortunately, I can't get the panic up with a medium counter on his heavy because I won't have enough injuries active at the start. I'd have to do it with a light attack, and the spacing is very hard to do, countering Bullseye's heavy with your light attack with Mr. Knight. So instead, I have to build up to my first special one and place the panic, which is fine. It means I'm taking a special one on the block in this fight, which I wouldn't really be doing in a regular fight, so that kind of sucks. But at the same time, we can just shut this guy down once we get that first panic from the special one active. Because we're in the full moon phase now, I'm going to go ahead and use my relic, and then boom, he just drops because our light attacks hit so hard. So yeah, in a regular setting, I expect like a 92% health finish just from a little bit of initial block damage of you just trying to bait his first heavy and then counter it with a medium. And then once you get that first heavy punish, it's pretty simple after that. So now we're going to go fight Scorpion, who just came out as a 7-star, and Mr. Knight's going to be pretty perfect for him because of the panic, of course. And then, yeah, like, I'm just going to go ahead and drop my special one here as the moon phase changes. And then once I hit him with my light attack from the sleep, then we just place the panic, and then his Scorpion sense means nothing. So, yeah, pretty chill there. I don't know if Scorpion's really going to make an impact on the meta as a BG's defender. Probably not, but he's definitely a two-way who is going to have some potential on defense that Mr. Knight's going to deal with extremely easily because of the whole panic counters evade thing. And that's kind of like the entire threat that Scorpion has if you're not baiting his special ones constantly. And then you don't know how to dex them. So we just push him to special 2s instead, and it's very, very simple. So yeah, he goes down there, and we'll fight Enchantress next. Enchantress here because, you know, panic counters are BS untouchable, and also, you know, Mr. Knight's lockdown with his sleep lock is just so good that, you know, we're baiting so little specials from her because we are able to upkeep that sleep so much and just make it to where she barely has many opportunities to hit us at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and... Am I baiting a special one? Yeah, I am. And then I think that's like the only special I bait the entire fight. We'll use the panic to go ahead and just go ahead and drop a special one here. And then once she is knocked down here, I believe like she's just done for the fight. Am I going to do an anti-bait? I am. Okay, so at this point she's done because she's dead right now. But I wonder if I could have gotten to the relic if I didn't stop my combo there, but I don't know. Either way, she's dead now for sure. and it's really not that big a deal. You're usually going to have to anti-bait against Enchantress at some point, so kind of realistic still to see. And then, yeah, she goes down very easily. We'll fight Nico Minoru next, another champion who is going to gain miss that we want to be able to counter very easily. And yeah, like, it's pretty simple for Mr. Knight. Again, this is another one where, hey, if the less special attacks they throw, the better. So Mr. Knight's sleep rotation is just going to be super strong here. You're not really going to be able to use the Tranquilize for a lot of stuff, but at least you are able to counter her miss effectively, which is going to help the fight a lot. And then if you can just sleep block her, then you don't need to worry about her special attacks that much. So I do go ahead and dex her special 1 here, and then we go ahead and counter it with my light attack and stuff. So that's going to counter the miss with the panic, of course, and then I'm going to drop a special 1 here, and I believe she's dead now. Because we're just going to upkeep the light proficiencies, the sleep enough. We're in the full moon phase, so our light attacks are guaranteed crits now. I have the relic ready, and then I just go ahead and do my light combo here, and then drop my special 1, place another sleep, and then, yeah, there's not much to it. I'm going to go ahead and drop my special 1 here to finish her off. It was kind of close at the end of the day, but yeah, you could definitely slow play that a little bit more if you wanted to. And then that fight's just over a minute, which was mainly just because of waiting out the initial buff immunity and stuff. So now we're fighting Lumitrix. Example of panic being good once again. You know, how many more times do we need to see the panic being good? But this time, it's good for countering both miss and evade, because that's something that Lumitrix does for both sides of the ball. So we're going to go ahead and do my first special 1 before he drops a special attack, and then all I have to do is light attack out of that sleep, and then he's got the panic on him. The panic's going to last shorter because of his 25% endurance, but it is only 25%, and if you're managing the fight well enough, using those special 1s at opportune times, it's really simple still, and you're not going to need to worry about that duration being that short. I don't even think he drops a special 1 this fight, and we don't really need him to, because I can just kill him just like that. This was one of the faster fights this video, I think. It was only 41 seconds, jeez. So yeah. Okay, now we're going to go fight a 1.5 million health Void, just to see Mr. Knight for a bit longer fights, and it's going to be pretty good. Like, he's not an extremely strong long fight damage dealer, because he is made for the short fights, short bursty fights, but it's still going to feel fine. And you can also see the Tranquilize come in play against Void as well, when I get decent RNG at least, because I had like a 70% chance to fail that debuff and it didn't go through. That's RNG for you. But either way, the Tranquilize, of course, is going to be very strong against Void. As you can see there, it failed the agility from being placed on me. And then, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and just keep doing our light attacks, doing a bunch of damage there, and trying to upkeep that Tranquilize as much as I can. Even though it's not like extremely crucial here like it would be for Spiral or Photon, but it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and build it to my Special 2. Special 2 is really good, by the way. I haven't used it a lot for those shorter fights, but what it's going to do is it's going to pause your light proficiencies and your full moon phase. Your full moon phase is the best one because it is giving you those guaranteed crits on your light attacks and your Special 2, so you do really want to pause that if you can. It does mean that you're not going to be able to place to sleep on the Special 1 during that period of time, because you need to have your phase transition during the Special 1 to get the sleep, but at the same time you don't really need to use the Special 1 unless you're really focusing on upkeeping that light proficiency anyway, so it's not a big deal. I believe the ending of this fight takes a little bit of time because we don't have those guaranteed crits on the light attacks anymore, so we are relying on classic RNG for crits. So it does take a little bit of time to get him down at the end of the fight, which is annoying because it is a while till we get that full moon phase back. But it's not bad. It just means that like if you're fighting a 1.2 million health, which would be like a war boss health pool, it would also be really fast. It would probably be like 45 seconds less than that. Maybe that's a little bit over-exaggerating, but either way, we're going to go fight Alliance War now, and this is an off-season Photon, and of course this fight's going to be very cool, because she's placed here because, hey, she's going to like fail your dex if she goes into Pure Light, right? Well, what if she just doesn't ever go into Pure Light? Because Mr. Knight doesn't care about debuffs, so that's exactly what's going to happen here. There is stun immunity. Mr. Knight doesn't care about that either because, hey, we have sleeps on the special one instead. Sleep is kind of overpowered because there's literally nothing that can stop it, which is pretty fun. Anyway, I'm going to drop a special 1 here, and then once I push her to special 2, we're going to dex that to gain more of the vigor, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want to be doing a bunch of damage in this fight. And then I'll counter it, refresh some tranquilize. If you haven't noticed by now, whiffing an attack during their special attack also counts as doing that punching thing, which don't really know if that's supposed to happen, but it does. So you can place your tranquilize and stuff that way as well. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and trigger her Pure Light. I guess it's because I didn't manage the tranquilize enough early on in the fight that she got to Pure Light, but either way, it's going to be pretty chill. She doesn't even drop a special attack. That's nice of her. And then here, I'm baiting a special 1 because I do want to try to dex it to gain some more vigor. She's a little bit impatient with it, but then I go ahead and drop my special 1. Oh, I don't do it there. What am I doing? I was focused on getting tranquilized, that's why. I didn't place the sleep, but it's fine. I only have 4 light proficiency now. I don't know why I'm playing this fight like this at the end. Could have been a lot better, but we're in the full moon phase now, and we can pause it as well. I have 5 light proficiency, and those are going to be paused too, so pretty chill. I go ahead and counter her special 1, go ahead and reset my combo once that sleep happens, and then she's all but dead at this point. Just keep using those light attacks, and pretty short fight at this point. Oh, one more light attack, get the intercept on her, and then she goes down. And we'll fight the exact same fight against Spider-Woman, this time in season, so I am a little bit boosted in this one, but boosts don't really mean much for Mr. Knight, because boosts matter very little to champions who increase their own attack in their base kit, and Mr. Knight's light proficiencies are all about boosting your attack rating by a lot, so the boosts get drowned out a lot in this fight, but of course, like, your medium attack's going to feel a lot of the benefit, your special 2 is going to feel a lot of the benefit, but at the end of the day, Mr. Knight's damage is using light attacks, which is really cool, because that's something that's very unique for characters in the game, is where their main source of damage is a light attack. Like, you think, hey look, it's a big special 2 or a big special 1, this is how the champion does damage and stuff, but not Mr. Knight. He has the most basic form of big damage in the entire game with your light attacks. Really cool. I like that about him. So you saw me earlier completely forget that stun immunity is a node on this map. I've literally still had to try to get adjusted to the fact that this isn't the one where you want to use the thing that removes the prowess. I can't even remember what it's called now. What is it? It's not pulverize, that's armor. Invalidate, that's the thing that you want to use, or use cowardice on this node, because it got changed to, hey, let's dex the opponent. Which is very, very much easier, especially if you have Mr. Knight, because if you fight the champs who try to turn off dex, they actually don't, because he makes it to where they're not going to gain the debuffs to do that. So, yeah, in case you haven't heard by now, I really like this character, because he just turns off 2 of my least favorite defenders to fight in the entire game. And yeah, Spider-Woman just getting absolutely melted by these light attacks. Dexing her special 1, no problem, because I'm failing the fumble from triggering. So that's pretty cool. I haven't even talked about the utility yet that he has for if you somehow get your dex failed. But he, like, reduces damage he's taking while dashing back and dex fails. Like, I'm gonna go look it up real quick. It's really interesting utility. Whenever Mr. Knight's Dexterity Mastery fails to activate from an incoming attack, he gains an Unstoppable passive. And then while Mr. Knight's blocking, he caps the opponent's attack rating at 90% of what it was at the start of the fight, and if he's dodging back, the cap is 30%. So if you're dexing and Spider-Woman has a lot of Furies and you still have that fumble on you somehow, you're barely going to take any damage. It's really cool. It's just the fact that you are, failing the fumble anyway, so your dex shouldn't really be failing. I guess Photon, it's a bit more of a threat, but Spider-Woman, it's really not. So now we're fighting this Void here in the side quest. This fight's really cool. It's got Combo Party, which is giving us cruelty passives, which that's kind of like Mr. Knight's best friend, because we want those big light attack crits to do the damage. And once we're in the full moon phase, holy crap, we're doing 51,000 light attacks now, which is pretty nice. And yeah, Void goes down pretty much no problem there. So that was a pretty fun one. Now we're going to go fight Miles. This is a path in 9.3. It has a falter node to it, so whoop-de-doo, panic counters miss, in case you haven't heard yet. And yeah, it's going to be very, very useful against this Miles here. One of the things I am not a big fan of with Mr. Knight's kit is the Tranquilize is only 10% against nodes. Oh, I guess my game lagged and I dropped a special one on the block, or maybe I just suck. I don't know. That was stupid. But the Tranquilize is only 10% potency against nodes, which I find really annoying. Because, yeah, you're never going to be completely failing debuffs from nodes like Mantis would. But it's fine. Like, with how strong he is for, like, BGs, meta defenders, like, I'm not really that annoyed at the end of the day, because he still has so much to do in the game. He doesn't need to just turn off the debuffs of every node. And yeah, like, I think it's, I don't know if it's against just Science Champs or against every champ, but specifically for non-damaging debuffs that champions have, he increases the potency of his Tranquilize by 25%, so you end up having 35% Tranquilize because it's a flat increase if you are dealing with non-damaging debuffs from champions. But against nodes, against damaging debuffs, the Tranquilize is only 10%, which kind of sucks. You know, you'd hope he'd be a better defender for Hazard Shift, but like, if he was able to counter those damaging debuffs that well, he'd probably be one of the best Hazard Shift counters in the game. I say as we're fighting probably the best Hazard Shift counter in the game in Bastion, which is kind of ironic, but yeah, like, he doesn't need to counter Hazard Shift. He's got so much to do in the game already. We don't need him to be that OP, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and drop my special one. Looks like I was skill issuing a lot early on in the fight there. I don't know. But I believe things go pretty smoothly here. Actually, I think I get like really low in this fight if I remember correctly. But I'm going to go ahead and bait this guy's special 2. And I can't drop a special attack within a certain amount of time because of that really, really annoying stage fright node. Which just makes it to where I can't drop a certain amount of special attacks back to back in a certain amount of time. So, Bastion does reduce your attack rating by 35% when you're infected, which is annoying. Reduce the damage of my light attacks by a good bit, but at the same time, it's not a big deal. And I believe I tried to counter a special 2. Oh, right, yeah, because I didn't have the panic active, but even though I had the falter on me, because I was still trying to punish a special attack, it's interesting, because that actually made it to where I didn't miss, even though when I went to attack, I didn't have the panic, but the panic like triggered before the actual miss did. Kind of interesting order of operations there, but yeah, I think I took some damage because of the Scourge node that I didn't even bother to ignore. I barely pay attention to these Scourge nodes. If you ask me, the Scourge nodes are really stupid and I don't like them, but yeah, I just drop a special 1 here, and then we refresh our light proficiencies once I do this light attack here and just kill Bastion. So, pretty simple. The next fight I'm going to take him to is against this Captain America Infinity War boss. I think this is in the same quest. And this has Crit Me Baby one more time, so we really want to use crits to do damage. It also has Destructive Feedback, so we can only do a certain amount of damage when he doesn't have that shield active, and then I just can't block if I do hit him when he has that shield active. And just a couple other nodes I can't even think of. I think there was one where it's like I have to use a heavy attack after I do a certain thing within a certain amount of time, or else I'm going to take a burst of damage. I don't remember. I think it was like after his special or something, which is kind of annoying because like Mr. Knight doesn't want to use this heavy attack for anything. In fact, this heavy attack doesn't even have an ability to it, so it's just a bit of a minor inconvenience. But at the end of the day, like, this fight's pretty simple, and just using a heavy attack, it's not really that bad. It is bad if I'm rooted, however, so I do take the damage there, because that root just happens. Was that oh, that was the cement charge node, which I don't even remember how I remove cement charges. Either way, we're in the full moon phase now, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and build up to my special 2, which is going to pause the full moon phase, and my light proficiencies, which is great. His glancing, as you can imagine, sucks a lot in this fight, because you do have to crit to deal damage. Am I going to take another burst of damage? Okay, geez. Okay, well, I can't do that much more. That's not good. But either way, 42,000 damage light attacks. It has combo party to it, like we saw against the Void, so my damage is getting increased a lot from that, which is great. So now I just need to hope to do those light attack crits a lot, and also that they don't glance, and try to land those heavy attacks so I don't die, which I do barely get off right there. And then I believe I heavy punch right here. We place a reckless debuff on Captain America once we get enough injuries on the opponent, which is pretty nice because getting the openings from his heavy is always good. It means that he's going to be less likely to hit into my block and then more likely to charge a heavy attack. So if destructive feedback is active and I really don't want him to hit my block, he's more likely to charge a heavy attack instead of doing that, which is helpful. Either way, I go for a special 1 here, and the damage is just through the roof now. We got the guaranteed crits. I need him to drop a special 2 really badly, though. He finally does, and then I need to bait a heavy attack, which I didn't have a reckless on me, so on him, so it made it a little bit more difficult to do that. But yeah, at the end of the day, this fight's just about over. I'm going to go ahead and drop a special 1, or do I just go ahead and kill him? No, I can't, because destructive feedback came back. But I get him with the relic here, and we drop the special 2 right here. I just need this node to expire, and the fight is essentially over. So yeah, it goes down right there. So, pretty fun fight if you ask me. Last fight of the video is going to be against Necro Titania. Like I said, he's not like a very good champion for long form content, but at the same time, he can make it work, and this fight he's pretty strong against because, hey, look, it's a champion who wants to place non-damaging debuffs on us. So naturally, once I get the Tranquilize going, he's going to feel pretty good for it. We're not going to be able to counter the debuffs from the node as effectively as we are Titania's debuffs, but still countering them in general is going to be good, especially when we're in the second phase and I'm forced to kind of block some of her special attacks. But yeah, like, it's just going to be a long fight overall. I think it's like 9 minutes, so I doubled the speed to make it like 4.5. But yeah, it's just kind of a lot of going through the cycles of the moon and stuff, doing big light attack crits, and slowly but surely getting her down. So I'm not going to talk over this fight. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking until I get to the outro, so I'll see you then, and just let the fight play out. I don't blame if you want to skip this one, because it's kind of boring. So in conclusion, yeah, I've put a lot of content out on this guy because he is extremely strong. He's one of the most underappreciated champs of the year, and he deserves the recognition that I'm trying to give him. And I think he's a champ who's going to age very well because, yeah, like any defender who's going to try to place those non-damaging debuffs on you, especially the science class, he's going to be there to do a lot of damage to them. And I love when champs have really simple but really common utility like evade and miss counters that Mr. Knight has. It means they have a lot of value for a lot of different nodes that the game has to offer, and it's always something that's going to age well with something as common as evade and miss are throughout the game. So I love this champ. I hope you guys love this champ as well, and I hope you loved this video. So if you did, please consider subscribing if you're new here, and hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one.